Hey, what is going on, Aquarius? Butch Tarot here. Adjust my shit here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Aquarius? What do we have for Aquarius, universe? Excuse me. All right, so first things first, Aquarius. I feel like this is someone that you already know. Whether that person is new or someone you've known for a while, I do get the feeling from this energy that it's familiar. Now, I feel like you're feeling some distance with this person. You know, like I feel like there's something going on with you and this person, but I feel like lately, kind of feel like I said, I mean, this zest for life, you know, this fun. You have fun with this person. You know, they make you laugh. You have a great time with this person. You know, everything was going good. You know, experiencing new things with this person. Just like this really strong connection. You know, just really enjoying this person. You know, opening up new doors, experiencing new things. Like I said, with that Queen of Wands, that Aries energy, like this person was just like a lot of fun to be around with. But I feel like that's kind of seems like it's fading. And I'm not, like, I feel like it's got you in your head kind of thinking, what's going on here? Like, why is this person's energy shifting up? Like, it feels like there's distance. You know, did you get it wrong? I don't feel like you did. You know, like I said, I mean, I feel like this person is this really defensive energy. Like I said, a lack of communication. The 8 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Wands upright. Just feeling a lot of distance between this person, like almost like they're distancing themselves from you. You know, which is weird because I feel like it kind of felt like you were on the path to be more, not less. Like things were going good. I mean, you had a good connection. It was almost like, you know, maybe this person could be the one, and all of a sudden this person's giving you the cold shoulder, or seeming like they're giving you the cold shoulder. For some people, it may not be that extreme, but it feels like they're not telling you everything. Kind of feels like they're got their walls are going up, which their walls were never up before. So why are they building walls now? You know, with the 7 of Swords, keeping secrets, like there's something they're not telling you. And then we have the 8 of Swords. It's kind of like, not only are they keeping a secret, but they're locking it away. Now, when it comes to this person, they're spending a lot of time in their head, and I feel like in their head, their imagination is taking a trip with them. With the Hermit, that Virgo energy, the Moon card, the Pisces energy, I feel like this person's in their head. The reason why you're feeling the way you're feeling, or the way the vibe you're getting from this person, the reason why you're feeling that. Now, don't shoot the messenger. I feel like this person, there's an internal struggle because they feel like they're being friend zoned. You know, they don't feel that they're misunderstanding the whole situation. They feel like they're being played, kind of being friend zoned. I mean, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Five of Swords, Five of Wands, that internal struggle with some Sagittarius energy there. They kind of feel like left out in the cold. You know, as we know, Aquarius like having a lot of connections. And I don't feel like it's jealousy with this person. I just feel like they kind of feel, they don't feel like this is moving forward. They kind of feel like they're being played a little bit. And not in the sense that you're, you know, playing them. It was just more like you're not being completely honest with them while they're not being completely honest with you. So I don't really, seems kind of ironical. I mean, they thought there was a seed being planted here. They thought there was, you know, you were really hitting it off and things were really going well, but now they're in their head. Now they're thinking of the negatives instead of the positives. With that Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords is, you know, that late night anxiety. I mean, like I said, I feel like you have other connections. We have the Three of Cups, and this person kind of feels like you have way too many options, and that obviously they're feeling like you're not gonna, like they're hoping for more without really saying it, but they're feeling like they're getting less, or like I said, friend zoned. The way they see this is changed. Like they thought they were heading in the direction of something happening between the two of you, but now they feel like they're just kind of another one of your friends. And that's not what they wanted. You know, but I feel like it's a little complicated because I feel like this person doesn't really, they're not really putting a label on you and them, but it's also, they kind of just felt like it was naturally flowing that way. I mean, they're seeing things differently and they're feeling out of balance. I mean, straight answer right there is, I mean, they just feel like they're being friend zoned. And they don't want that with you. You know, they don't want to just be your friend forever. Because once you get in the friend zone, it's not, you know, like I said with that Libra energy with the Empress, they thought there was a seed planted. They thought this was the beginning. They thought this was just the start of something real. The start of something incredible. Like I said, they have a lot of fun with you. They experience new things with you, enjoying your company, enjoying being around you. There's so many things they enjoy. I mean, I feel like you have this really strong intellectual connection. You know, you just got them and they got you, and they felt like this was like, you know, they're moving in a direction where the possibilities are kind of opening up. But instead they feel like the opposite is happening. They feel like it's, like I said, they feel like they're being friend zoned. Again, this is not me saying this. This is me seeing what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm seeing. You know, they thought that you had a real connection. I mean, we have the Lovers card here, Gemini energy. They thought that they had a real connection with you. Now they're feeling differently about that. And again, I don't feel like it's jealousy. I would tell you if I saw jealousy. I don't feel like they're jealous of your other connections. I just feel like they don't want to be just another one of your other connections. You know, they feel like, and we go back to the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's not, a lot of times I see this, I feel like it's player energy, but I don't feel like they feel like you're playing them. I just feel like part of them feel like they just read it wrong, or they got it wrong somehow, and they just don't want to stick around and, you know, see someone else get you, because I feel like this person's really into you. And they don't want to be the person, you know, they don't want to be the buffer. They don't want to be the person that you bounce your new relationship woes with, or, you know, they don't want to see you with someone else. And if that's the case, that's why I feel like this person just feels distant, because they're just misreading the situation. Or maybe they're not. You know, maybe thinking that there was something going on was definitely misreading. Maybe, I mean, it's kind of, you know, they're either misreading your intentions with them one way or the other. But like I said, lack of communication, I feel like that's strange. You know, they're not talking, but it's kind of like they're just kind of slipping away. You know, calling you less, or showing up less, or wanting to hang out less, or not at all. You know, they don't just want to be your friend. They don't want to be just another one of your friends. But like I said, they're not clarifying. It's almost like they already have the answer in their head, and they're just afraid to hear it come out of your lips. You know what I mean? Like, they're afraid to ask to get the answer they don't want. But you're never going to get the answer to a question you never asked, right? But that's definitely what I feel like. Like, I feel like you have this great connection. I feel like, you know, like, they really felt connected to you. You know, I feel like they had a lot of fun with you, and I feel like it goes deeper than that, because I feel like they had this mental connection with you that they thought was incredible, incredibly strong, but yet they're not sure what's going on. And instead of asking, I feel like it's just more like I said, with the Five of Pentacles, just feeling like they were left out in the cold, just feeling like, you know, they either walk away or... I'm not convinced that this person is completely done, though. Like, I don't think they're done, but I just mean I don't feel like... I feel like there's a part of them that still wants to be your friend. They were hoping for more, but I feel like the distance is still prevalent, because I feel like there's a part of them that kind of wants to, you know... this is more than a crush for them, and I feel like it's almost like they need some distance to be able to get to a place where they can be just friends with you. I don't feel like this person could ever really... I feel like you have a special connection, and they don't really ever want to let it go, but it's also... there's a lot of difficulties and a lot of hurdles. And like I said, they could be completely misreading the situation. I mean, you know, you could be into this person and they wouldn't even know it, because like I said, they feel, and they're kind of going off their own feelings. You know, sometimes we fall for someone that we think either... we start thinking deeply more deeply about how they really think of things. You know, when you're friends with someone, you don't really care if they like you or not. You just enjoy being around them. If they enjoy being around with you, you just keep hanging out with each other. And you figure if if they don't like you, you'll get the hint and you'll just kind of go your own way. But with this, it's like they don't know what to make of it, and they're so, like I said, they're so in their head, their own little world here, and instead of asking, they're just letting their imagination rule, which can be dangerous and can give you the wrong information. It's not, like I said, for whoever this resonates with, for some of you, you may be into this person, and this cold shoulder, for all you cross watchers, might be the wrong approach. I feel like communication is the key, but like I said, this is what I see. Don't shoot the messenger. With this person, we got Libra, and we got Gemini, and Aquarius. We have some Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. We do have some Virgo. We have some Pisces. Scorpio as well. You know, it's, I feel it though. I feel it. I've been there. You know, I think we've all been there where we were kind of interested in someone and they felt like they were interested in us, but we didn't want to say it because, I mean, not all of us, some people are pretty blunt and they don't give a shit, but you know, sometimes you be into somebody and you know, you really like hanging out with them and stuff, and the more you get to know them, the more you become comfortable with them, you kind of start seeing a different side of them. And you like what you see. And then you start thinking about, I'd like to be with this person. Like, I want to see, like, I want more of this person. I want to be with this person. You know, I want to be as special to this person as they are to me. And then being in your head is the worst place you can possibly be. Like I feel like this person is. They're almost making their delusions a reality. And we can do that, you know. I like this girl. It's probably grade 8. You know, I really like this girl that I hung out with, and at first I didn't really know her that well. Like, she kind of hung out with me, like our group, and the more I got to know her, the more I kind of was interested. But then the more I got to know her, the more. That's the problem too. Sometimes when you don't really know someone and you just see them at face value, you may have an opinion of them. You know, you may meet someone and think, oh, they're attractive, but they're not really my type, you know? And then you get to know them a little bit better, and they start looking better to you, and they start looking more attractive to you because you really like who they are as a person. And that plays a big role. Like, I remember I dated this one girl. I thought she was really pretty. I was really into her. Went on a date with her, and well, I was in high school, back in school. The more I got to know her, the more I couldn't stand her. So, I mean, it does work both ways, but with this particular girl, when I was in grade 8, I was more attracted the more I hung out with her, because she just, like, we really hit it off. Like, little underhanded jokes, very witty. Then I started kind of putting her up that she was maybe out of my league. She went from being not that attractive to me, like she was a pretty girl, but just wasn't my type, until being maybe I wasn't her type. So I talked myself out of it, and fortunately enough, fate gave me a second chance. Grade 11, there was a school dance, and she had gotten one of her friends to ask me if I'd go with her. And at the dance, I was like, why'd you want to go with me? She's like, well, I've had a crush on you since, like, grade 8. And I was like, oh, that was weird. But anyway, it didn't work out. It was just a, you know, different. I smoked a lot of weed, and she didn't at all. She smoked cigarettes and I didn't, so I mean, there were so many different reasons why it didn't really work out. But I mean, it's just funny how, like, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, you know. Anyway, be good, take care, stay safe.